We're back.
Yo, yo, yo! Last
Of the summer wine.
Last of summer wine. Fucking hell, I feel like that last. Who are we?
I couldn't remember their names.
Compo.
Yeah, right.
And
Nora.
fucking Barry knows everything about old TV. Compo, Clegg, and what was the other one? Amy.
Last of the summer,
But
Amy
like, hello,
Winehouse.
though, did anyone actually watch Last of Some Wine? Or did anyone find it funny? It was
I didn't watch Last of Summer Wine. I did used to watch Hello, Hello, though.
hello. No, I didn't watch that either. But Last of Some Wine, it always reminds me of Sundays.
Yeah.
It was always on telly, but I don't remember anyone like watching it or laughing at it. It was like it was just
I think
not funny at all.
we're like 2 generations removed, aren't we? Probably from that.
But it was always on telly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember my parents laughing at it or anything like that. And you think, like, why was it on telly?
I just remember being on when I was around my nan's.
It was always a Sunday, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, but Sundays, like, let's be honest, you had Antiques Roadshow.
Points of view.
Points of view.
Points of view.
There was another real horror on a Sunday, wasn't there?
Songs of praise.
Yeah, that always depressed me. Like, I always remember condensation on the windows. No, but right? Like,
Where were
do
you?
remember?
In the
At
church?
At home.
Oh, at home.
But that sort of like, it was dark. It was...
Right, winter.
We talk about Last of Some Wine.
No, talking about Sunday night TV.
Yeah.
You know,
And
just-
but you always had that dread of school the next day as well in your stomach.
And then you
didn't it?
heard do 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 do,
And you
you
knew-
were like, oh!
And you knew the evening was drawing near.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was the like you.
Yeah.
It was that. Yes, that's horrible, wasn't it? And then all we dreaded was school, the easiest thing in the world. Didn't we?
Yes.
You think back now, you think we dreaded school.
Yeah, I
that
know.
is
It was,
such a toss.
I'll do that in a heart. Like if someone said to me, "Go back to school now," I go, "Yeah, all right, fucking fine."
Sunday, bloody Sunday.
And I
Kids
guess
on the grass. You're like, oh, Sunday, bloody Sunday. Then maybe I will watch Last of Some Wine. Maybe I'll appreciate it now.
maybe we should do like a pastiche of Last of the Summer Wine, and get like a disused bathtub, put it on wheels, and then we all go down it. Maybe Last of the Summer Wine was like a precursor for Jackass.
Yeah.
Going down a steep hill in a bath.
Yeah,
This is the
it's
80s
something-
version of it.
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, Amy Winehouse. I guess we've done a lot of bands, haven't we? We haven't done many sort of
Artists.
artists,
Or solo artists.
solo
point.
artists,
Yeah.
but also we haven't done many sort of, I guess, away from a very standard theme of
Like indie rock, punk.
indie punk. Yeah, and there was a lot going on around the time that she came out, which I'm sure we'll discuss at some stage. But I felt that she was like in between person to cross that sort of indie sleaze divide, pop divide. Her lyrics are very contemporary, pretty sleazy, pretty dirty, real gritty kind of stuff, but with this old school
Music.
jazz, blues, funk, soul aesthetic behind it. And that I find that quite interesting. Trying to bring the old school to the masses.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there were jazz albums that came out at the time, jazz singers, but I suppose, as you say, it's kind of one that kind of brand new heavies, yeah. They kind of cross those boundaries, I guess. Yeah, between kind of like the indie and that kind of style. But I never really got into it when it came out,
No, me neither.
No.
I'll be honest.
I was always aware of her, and not just because the paparazzi went mental and she was in every single newspaper. Musically, I was aware of her. I mean, you could
Well,
not be.
even with her debut, Frank.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, so I don't.
less
It was obviously more
less
back to
so.
black when she kind of hit the.
Obviously, yeah.
But that was when I don't think I knew her before then.
Back to Black definitely launched her into, millions of homes. But it's not like that launched her. I think Frank did a very good job in setting the groundwork for her,
Yeah, no,
for her abilities.
I remember the hype around Frank. I mean, I was working in HMV at the time still. She was on kind of like, we used to have those like recommends.
Yeah.
And I remember like Frank being quite highly recommended amongst people. So yeah, I remember hearing it when it came out, but
I guess they would have played it in HMV, right?
Yeah.
Like while you were working.
Yeah. Well, some of it, yeah.
Who got to choose what was played in the HMV store?
So the staff,
We got
obviously,
there first.
yeah, basically.
Really?
It used to be we had a 5-disc rotating changer.
Oh,
So
I
we
used to
kinda
love
do it-
them.
Yeah, we kind of do it amongst the
Random.
staff. It
That's
depends.
random.
Depends when it was. Occasionally, you could just like choose amongst yourselves. Obviously, you have to be careful with the language.
Yeah.
Got quite good at. I think it was a Block Party song. I can't remember which one it is. Might be Helicopter. Got quite good at getting over there and just dipping it when the swear word come in. Self-censoring.
It's a bit like the Adam Buxton scene where he's taking his kids to school. It's the Fuck the Police song, isn't it? By NWA.
But yeah, we all got very good at doing that. But yeah, I remember when it came out. I remember it. And, there's a lot of people that worked there that were into it and enjoyed it. And obviously, it was on all these kind of like recommend stands as like a jazz kind of album recommend. And yeah, so I remember it coming out, and I remember listening to it, and I didn't dislike it, but it wasn't really in my wheelhouse of stuff I was listening to around that time. I was very much kind of like more of the indie kind of Libertines, that sort of side of it. Which I guess as you say, there was that crossover because she was in that scene, but not part of that scene. I guess is kind of.
Yeah, the tabloids kind of made her part of that scene, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah, I guess so.
She had a kind of-
she was hanging out with. And
I
that,
disagree with that completely.
No, not necessarily her music. What I'm saying, she had a kind of rock style lifestyle.
But I think she was indicative of the time of a 20-year-old something living in London. I moved to London around 2006, so around the time of Back to Black. And that was a complete eye-opener for me. I mean, it was hedonistic. Drugs were in vogue. Heroin chic was, I think, came back at around that time. Everything. But everything was an offer. Like London was absolutely nuts at that time. But I think in 2002, 2003, I think it was all kicking off. I think Camden was an amazing place to live, which is where she was staying with her friends at the time. There was a lot of pop shit, right, at the time. I don't know if you remember X Factor and Fame Academy and all that sort of shit. These kind of bands, these kind of acts were all in the airways.
Yeah, I suppose you had Girls Aloud.
Girls Aloud around at that time.
I suppose you would have done.
Gareth Gates, Will Young, all that sort of stuff. And I think she was like, well, the popular sort of stuff isn't doing it for me. She found a midway.
I'm talking about just her. I think the tabloids, her lifestyle, they made her like this.
I really do feel that came after Back in Black.
After
her.
I think you're right. Yeah, because I'd like to say I didn't know. To be fair, I don't think I knew about her until Back to Black.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. You started to see her in all the papers, all the music mags, and she was always on the front cover, just walking down the street, absolutely off her face and stuff like that.
This is the thing, right? You get a 20-odd-year-old Jewish girl from North London who wins 5 Grammys out of the 6 that she's nominated for. The British press are going to go for her, right? Mm-hmm. Because suddenly she's one of the most...
We love building people up and then knocking them down, don't we?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it was a funny time, wasn't it, I suppose, because we were kind of playing a lot in London when I was in that band around... Must have been around then, 2002.
White Girl?
Yeah. Must have been around that sort of time. So, yeah, it was, I suppose it kind of, as we were saying in a previous one about the social media, that hadn't really kicked in at that point. So everyone had to kind of put themselves out there and do their thing. So, yeah, I think, I don't really know much about, because she went to, what was the school? She went to a school, didn't she? Like a performing arts school.
Well, she went to a few, actually. She started off with
Susie Earnshaw,
Young.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Susie Earnshaw Theatre.
And then she moved to the Sylvia Young, didn't she?
Then she went to Sylvia Young Theatre at 15, and then she went to Brit School.
Oh, she Brit School as well.
And then stuff and various others. But then she dropped out at 16. She just left it and then got a job.
Right.
But then she got involved with the National Youth Jazz Orchestra.
Okay.
Where she became one of the sort of main singers.
Right.
I think from there, that's where it all sort of began to start. And I don't know this. I didn't know this. There was a guy who was a famous singer at the time, Tyler James.
Oh, well, Tyler James.
Tyler James. You know Tyler James? Yeah. Apparently, he sent her demo tape into some sort of A&R person. It found its way to Simon Fuller.
Wasn't it him who went on the X Factor later on?
Tyler James?
Yeah, one of her mates.
I don't know.
Yeah, so then later on, I think it was after she'd passed away, he auditioned for the X Factor.
Did he really?
Yeah, and I think he got quite far. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but
that's interesting because he was quite successful at that time.
What? So he's already a singer before and then went back on X Factor.
Yeah,
He's not allowed.
I think a few people have done that though, haven't they?
Anyway, yeah, Tyler James. There you go. Got that on the English musician, 1982. Yeah. There you go. Signed to Island Records.
Yeah. So her demo tape found its way to Simon Fuller, who sort of started a lot of boy bands and girl bands back in the noughties, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Pop Idol guy, weren't he, as well? Was he? Yeah, started Pop Idol?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I think he got hold of Spice Girls.
Yeah.
No, but like to manage them, not in a sexual sense, you dirty bugger.
But yeah, he was definitely linked to Pop Idol.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all right. And then she got...
But then, so apparently there's this big sort of hype about her, and they kept her sort of hush-hush while they were sort of developing her.
Right.
But she was still singing like covers at a club in London somewhere. Mm. And then the head of Island Records, Darkus Bees, heard her, and he was like, yep, let's have her. But he didn't know who she was, and nobody would tell her.
Right.
And then in the meantime, she'd recorded some music with EMI, but eventually she signed with Island.
Okay.
And then from there, she started to make Frank.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. There's on YouTube some like the early stuff where she's just playing her guitar and singing some of the songs she'd written, Frank. Yeah, really good.
It's a raw power.
Really,
raw
yeah, it's just
talent,
a very...
Right?
Yeah, and you know, that voice is very like old kind of jazz at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was... Yeah. A bit different to a lot of the stuff that was around.
She sounded way older than what she was.
Yeah. And that all comes from her family, right?
Yeah, they were all big Frank Sinatra fans, weren't they?
Well, her dad was, but they were all jazz music. Like her uncles were jazz musicians.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I think she was surrounded by that kind of, dare we say, oldie worldy kind of 60s, 50s jazz numbers, so maybe 70s even.
Yeah, and she liked a lot of the 60s girl bands as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
Well, that was...
Shangri-La's, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting, right? For someone who was born in 83.
Yeah.
To be into that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people at that age probably wouldn't be into that sort of stuff.
Yeah, true.
I think everyone is kind of brought up with their parents' music. It's just whether you run with it. Do you know what I mean? A lot of us just go... Yeah. We grow out of it and we go, we listen and know it, and then we just like, that's not for me, and then you find your own way. Yeah. But she's obviously, it's been so installed into her that she's gone with it and made her own version of it, and
a bit like me modern. And the Jungle Book thing.
I was going to mention Jungle Book.
Yeah.
What was in your parents' record collection?
So what I remember, it would have been like ABBA.
Your dad or your mum?
No, that'd been my mum. My dad was more like Billy Joel. The song always reminds me of my dad. Is like Rubber Ball. Who sang that?
Rubber Ball?
Yeah. It's like a rubber ball, like I'm bouncing back to you. That one. It's like, what's his name? Buddy. It's like Buddy. Is it Buddy Holly? Might even be Buddy.
That sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Bobby Valence or something.
Yeah, kind of that. Okay. So
Bobby V.
Ball.
So that's kind of what I remember.
I'm not surprised you didn't stick.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't mind a bit Billy Joel, to be fair.
Yeah.
Piano Man. What song? What about you? You've never talked about what your...
Because they didn't really have any musical chops, really.
No?
They had Sgt. Pepper's, which I used to listen to, Rub Soul. But then they'd have those sort of vinyl albums that you only find at the very, very back of a second-hand shop.
Right, yeah.
With Giorgio Henglides, with his... blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, so that was another one. No, my mum,
that sort of stuff.
My mum liked, what's his name? It's, Iglesias. What's his name?
Julio
Iglesias. I always remember that vinyl. Just used to have a picture of him in there. The sort of really cheesy picture of him on the front, wasn't it? Yeah, I do remember that.
My influences came from my friends' dads.
Right. Okay.
Like, they would have got, like, Police and Dire Straits off of their dad.
Right.
And then I would take it from there. Like, Regatta de Blanc and making movies and all that sort of stuff. But it does go down the chain, right? Like, my nephew, who is Ben, who is 14. Like, last time I saw him, he couldn't stop talking about Pink Floyd.
Right.
And I'm thinking, like, it was pretty daggy for me to be talking about Pink Floyd in 95 or whatever, but in 2025, like, it's still carrying on, you know?
Yeah. Timeless.
Yeah, exactly. I do find it strange that someone of that age would be so heavily into that sort
Something
of music.
that wasn't popular at the time.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, Tony Bennett's always going to be popular. I mean, they're always going to be popular, but I don't think listening to that sort of stuff would have been first and foremost in your mind. Or what if I'm going to be a musician? What shall I make?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's not. I don't think it's more that you'd be into that kind of music. It's more that you kind of decide to emulate that sort of music when it's not, you know, like kind of the mainstream or very popular at the time.
Yeah,
I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah,
but if that's all you know, though, it's like writing a book. They write what you know, isn't it? If they're saying you've got a great voice, you're going to make it in the music industry, and she's just like, well, I've grown up in jazz. I love jazz. I want to do jazz. It would have been stupid to make her into a grunge artist or a pop artist or something like that.
But I think they could have quite easily done that with a voice like that.
They probably could have done, but I reckon it's probably more her character was. I reckon she was probably more They probably did try and do that, but she was probably more. I love this. I want to do this.
From everything that I've read and seen about her, she was like, "This is what I'm going to do." She was fierce and again, this is, you know, 2000s, early 2000s. This is a woman who's just going, fuck this. I do what I fucking want.
But like we had the conversation with Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, and we was like, there's a lot of similarities where he's only done 2-3 albums between them.
Yeah.
And we was always, what route do we think Kurt Cobain or Nirvana would have gone down? Do you think she would have stayed on this route, or do you think she would have had to have changed?
I honestly think she'll be tied to the greats like Billie Holiday and Blossom Dearie and all that sort of stuff. You know, I do think she would have gone on to do better things. I think at the end, she seemed like she'd really got her head on. And I think she could have done some really great stuff, like even better than Frank and Back to Black. I don't think she'd be as cool.
Yeah, but no one is. No one goes 20 years of being the top of the game. No one does.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, maybe she'd be a bit more like a Michael Bublé.
Oh, God.
But with an edge. Do you know what I mean?
With an edge.
Sorry. What I mean is, like,
Michael Bublé with a flick knife.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, great voice, appeals to the masses, right? Old school sound. But I think the difference between her and, you know, the other crooners, shall we say, would be that she'd still be writing her own stuff.
Yeah.
And what's great about Frank and what's great about Back to Black is it's all self-referential, right? It's so steeped within her own experiences. And I don't think I've ever listened to 2 albums which has been so explicitly obvious that it's about their experiences.
Yeah, I mean, they're all heavily, like, there's a lot of relationship based kind of stuff.
But don't you think that's the problem, though? And this is, again...
What do you mean the problem?
Not the problem. This was their downfall. Because I think her lyrics are so good, and like you say, so relatable, because they're dark, because she's going through so much pain, she's living so much pain. It's exactly like Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. His lyrics, because they're just hurt, they're pain, and they can't go on. They can't sustain that. They're like lyrics where it's lightning in the bottle. It's like fucking brilliant. You can't sustain that with life because all of that is pain and hurt and.
No, but I think that there's a difference. I think she was an addictive personality. She had addictive qualities which led her down certain paths. But I think overall, I think she had a better outlook on life than maybe Kurt Cobain did.
I think they both as well didn't have great partners. Because she's obsessed. She's obsessed with her fellow who was cheating on her, going back to his ex. And
do you think Courtney was that bad for Kurt?
Yes, she was.
But she wasn't good for him, was she? I don't think she was bad for everyone says, but
yeah, it wasn't.
There was not really helping him, was there? It wasn't like she knew what he was going through. There didn't seem much like trying to get him off of it or help him in any way, did it? And like I say, Amy's part, I don't know much about it, but what you hear is, he's going back to his ex, he was cheating on her, and and she was obsessed with him by the sounds of it. But
actually, if you listen to a lot of the lyrics, and especially on Frank as well, Frank is primarily written about like a boyfriend at the time who she was actually beginning to fall out of love with. And there's references to her cheating on him, and even in Back to Black, like whilst predominantly it's written about the breakup between her and Blake and him going back to his ex-girlfriend, there are times where she is talking about the fact that she is doing stuff that she isn't proud of. Yeah, so I don't think either party is particularly innocent in that situation. I do think, I completely agree with you. I think Blake, civil, lively. I'm not sure his second. Yeah. He does seem to come across as a bit of a prick and an enabler.
But then she couldn't have been very easy to live with probably as well.
No, I think she's an addicted, she's willful, she's powerful, she knows what she wants, and she ain't going to take any shit, right? And that's not going to be very easy to deal with.
No, exactly.
In a relationship.
But I just think the original point of the lyrics is, it's from a place of pain and hurt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Majority of it.
The majority of it, yeah. But then, she divorced him, 2 years later?
If it was a year later, I think.
Actually. A year later, yeah. I mean, it didn't last very long. And she basically kicked the drugs and found someone new. But unfortunately, she found another addiction to replace the drugs, which was the alcohol.
Was that what killed her in the end? The alcohol, was it?
Yeah. A tox report said she basically had 5 times the limit of alcohol in her body. She was bulimic. She had problems with her weight, and her body was frail, and it just couldn't handle it anymore.
Joined the 27 Club.
Club. I'm glad we're getting this out of the way early, actually, because I didn't really want to talk about the pap side of it too much, because I feel that music actually outplays all the fucking drama that went along with it. But when it was announced on the news, it was a bit, dare I say, a bit Diana. Do you know what I mean? There was a real shock within the country that someone as big as her had passed away.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think because, Back to Black was so big and so popular. And it's one of those albums that kind of like spanned generations. It wasn't just like a certain age group that was listening to it.
It was for your grandma and it was for your...
So yeah, I think you're right. It did...
it was fucking huge.
Sad. It was quite sad, really, yeah.
But yeah, like...
So can you just go off subject slightly, kind of within subject, but... Going off it slightly.
Yeah.
Can you name me the most notable members of the 27 Club? And also, just to boost it up a bit, how they died.
Hendrix choked on his own vomit.
He did. After taking sleeping pills.
Yeah.
Do you know he died in
He died in London.
He was like Stoke Newington or something.
Yeah, there's a plaque in there at the flat or something.
Anyway, Jimi Hendrix.
Jim Morrison?
Jim Morrison. How'd he die?
I don't know.
Uber Eats driver knocked him over.
Oh, it's close. Found dead in a Paris bathtub. Oh. Likely heart failure. Obviously, we've got Amy Winehouse. We know Amy Winehouse.
Yep.
Another female.
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin.
Oh, Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Heroin overdose. Yeah.
Okay.
So Frank was released in October of 2003 on Island Records. Part recorded in the US and the UK.
Was it in the US as well?
Yeah. Okay. Definitely jazzy. Bit of R&B. Bit of rap.
Bit of hip-hop in there as well. Yeah, a bit of hip-hoppy in there, yeah.
Producers Salam Remy.
Yeah.
Who had worked with Nas, Fugees, etc.
He stays on for the second one as well.
He does stay on for the second one with Mark Ronson. Yeah. I love this name. Commissioner Gordon.
That's from Dark Knight, isn't it?
Well, he's like the Batman Gotham chief, yeah. So his name is actually Gordon Williams, but KRS-One had given him the nickname of Commissioner.
Right.
And he'd worked on the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album, which is a great album.
That is a good one.
But he'd also worked with like Diana Ross, Quincy Jones, Nile Rodgers, so there's definitely like an understanding of where this album was going to go, right? With that those sorts of people involved.
Yeah, some big players, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some big players, yeah.
Sold over 1 million.
All right.
3 times platinum in the UK.
Nice.
I think the title references the openness of the lyrics.
I think that and the Frank Sinatra influence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or not influence, maybe reference.
What did you think of it?
Sort of Frank, I didn't really get on board with. I couldn't really get on board with her. I appreciate it. She's got a great voice. I'm not a very jazzy. I do appreciate jazz if I'm watching it live, I think, but...
So if you own Ronnie Scott's...
Yeah, I would like it.
You got like a highball...
Yeah, I would like that. I think it would just be... It's live, it's a bit like off the cuff, so I appreciate that side of it. But
you
when
stumbled into it...
The actual sound of the music itself in a studio and that, like, I don't know, it's not my kind of thing, but...
Yeah, okay.
I like... I mean, I didn't mind, like, Fuck Me Pumps.
Yeah, I thought
that was quite good. I thought that was a good one.
Pumps. I find that's really scathing, right? It is like a real kind of judgment on certain types of people.
Yeah. Take the Box was okay.
I love Take the Box.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite songs.
There's a contrast, like the second album I will get onto, but yeah. You can note there's a massive gulf in quality. Personally, to me, I was just like, I don't know if it's just more accessible, the second album, probably.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I think that was, to my ears, just, yeah.
Yeah. But you like Mark Ronson, is that what you're saying?
No, I don't know. We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that.
Undecided.
Yeah, there was a couple of highlights to it. To be fair, maybe I need to give it more of a listen.
This is apparently dedicated to her ex, Chris Taylor, at the time. So it is about her breaking up with someone.
And that's what you say when you say I think she's addicted to just anything and everything, isn't she?
That personality.
She's just addicted to stuff. She can't just let something go. It's just like
she goes deep on everything.
Yeah. She's fully in on everything, isn't she? And that's what I say. That was also her downfall in the end, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Her addiction.
Just that personality, isn't it? It's just you go in on everything. It's just no matter what it is.
But back to Frank, charted at 13. It did quite well, and then after she died, it went back into number 5. She was nominated for Best British Solo Artist and Best Urban Act at the Brit Awards, and she was also nominated for Mercury. So clearly it was well respected as an album.
She got an Ivan Novello for it as well.
She did, for Stronger Than Me, which is a great track actually. Really
it sets the tone of the album as well. I think
it does.
Kind of the little intro and that kind of sets the kind of jazzy tone of the album.
It's really playful.
It's like a live. It's like in a club, isn't it? At the beginning bit, isn't it? When it first starts.
Yeah, because they do an intro and an outro, and he's like, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
But it's funny you were saying earlier about you'd probably enjoy more if he was in a kind of like a jazz club. But I kind of felt listening to the album was like being transported to that jazz club and kind of like you were sitting there kind of listening to it live. That's what it felt like.
Definitely.
I feel like you're in like a smoky kind of Ronnie Scott's.
I kind of feel like this is an album where you kind of either listen to it late at night when you're having a few drinks. You got a couple of friends round, you're just having a little chat with a dinner, or like it's a Sunday morning and you're having a chill out. It really felt like a really relaxed, lovely kind of chilled album.
Anyway, back to Black then.
No, I haven't finished. Fuck off! I haven't finished with Frank yet.
Oh, fuck!
Shut up. There are a couple of covers on there.
Is there?
Yeah, and I was really gutted to find out that "Mood for Love" is a cover, and I would have put that at the top of my list if it wasn't for the fact that it was a cover. And then track 7 is a cover as well. There Is No Greater Love, which is great.
And In My Bed uses a Nas Made You Look beat.
Yeah, hip hop one.
So she wasn't talented at all. She's fucking just stealing songs.
Fucking magpie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who doesn't, right? I really like Amy.
Yeah.
It was a great album. I really like this album.
No, it's great. It is good. It's, I listened when it came out, it didn't really sit with me, but revisiting it.
And actually, going through talking the other day, like secret tracks.
Yes.
2 secret tracks on the album.
That's a bit greedy, isn't it?
Tracks.
That's a bit greedy. 2 secret tracks.
Brother and Mr. Magic.
I've not got the CD. Were those? Do you know if those 2 hidden tracks were 20 minutes, one hidden track?
I don't know. I'm sorry. And then what happened after that?
Released Back to Black, right?
Yeah.
3 years. 3 years.
3 years.
It's a good time.
Too long.
Oh.
Too long. I like an
Too long.
I would love to go back to that time of like an album every 6 months or a year.
6
The
months
80s.
or
In the
a
80s,
year.
they used to do that, didn't they?
Yeah. Like the Smiths, 4 years, 4 albums. Bosh. So yeah, Back to Black.
Back to Black. Written after breaking up with Blake.
Where did they meet? Yeah. Do we know? Do we know all of that?
Music sets.
Was it?
Yeah, he was an assistant music set assistant.
Oh, right.
The assistant music set assistant.
Double assistant. The double agent. And so I think they were together for a while, and then he broke up with her and went back to his ex-girlfriend.
Right.
And then off the back of that, she was like, I'm going to write an album about breaking up with you.
Before Taylor Swift, this was. That's all she does, doesn't it? Doesn't Taylor Swift just write albums about exes she's broken up with and stuff like that?
Hasn't Taylor Swift had like 10 albums?
I think it's more than that, isn't it? It's so ridiculous.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And she's like,
just had one
is
out,
she 30?
30-something, isn't she? Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? She's like going into directing films.
Is she really?
She directs a lot of her music videos, apparently.
Would you say Back to Black, it's a complete departure from Frank?
I would say it's a complete departure. It's a different styling.
Yeah. But within the same sort of tone?
I think it's more funky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
still got jazz. Still got jazz elements. And but it's as I said earlier, it's definitely more accessible.
Yeah, it's more soul kind of Motown vibes.
Yeah.
But I think that's to do with bringing Mark Ronson on board, and obviously he brought in the Dap Kings, who kind of had that vintage sound. But I think a lot of it was obviously Mark Ronson kind of production on there. I think her voice sounded a bit more grown up to me than
Deeper,
from Frank.
Yeah.
I suppose she changed it stylistically to suit the music, but I kind of felt with Frank, while there was some great jazz kind of vocals on there and that, there was a lot of like jazz runs and stuff which just felt a bit. I struggled a bit with. I think it felt a bit
too much scat.
Not too much scat. It felt like some sort of like bad habits. Like she'd heard like these jazz greats doing these kind of runs, and she's kind of emulating that, which is fine. But I found it a bit too much for myself. Whereas they kind of disappeared in Back to Black, and it was more kind of that kind of soul Motown-y kind of sound rather than the jazz kind of runs and scatting.
She's less coherent on Back to Black than she was on Frank. Frank's a very clear album. It's quite.
But Frank's quite quiet, isn't it, compared to Back to Black? Like, a lot of the jazz stuff. There's a lot of like drums with brushes, and like there's not an awful lot going on. I think obviously when you get to Back to Black, it's more. There's just more going on, like musically. I think there's kind of like a bit more, like you said, more sound, but it's not like the Phil Spector
more production
sound, but there's more. Yeah, there's more kind of.
That's interesting. I found it less varied than Frank.
It's definitely less varied. There's like the whole kind of theme is more soul and Motown, but yeah, it just feels like there's more noise, in the background rather than. Whereas Frank felt like there was more kind of space where kind of her vocals kind of sat.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. Did anyone look up where Valerie comes into this?
No. It was on Deluxe, wasn't it? It was on a deluxe version of the album.
Was it like a single or anything like that? Or
I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. I remember it being a single.
I don't know. Was it? Yeah, it must have been.
Because it was originally by
Zootons.
Yeah, Zootons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked this album. Back to Black.
No, yeah, it's a great album. Yeah, absolutely.
It had a good arc. I think it had a good narrative arc.
I find there's too many ballads on there though. I think that's my issue with them.
And you're gonna laugh at me saying it.
I'm never going to laugh at you.
No, you are. Well, what I'm going to say.
I won't.
All the songs were good length. They were good length. They weren't too long.
It's definitely a short album.
Good length.
Because Frank is, 48 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, it was a good length. I was surprised how quickly the songs just.
How little I had to work.
No, but when you get the. I don't know. Obviously, I know a lot of these songs. I just always thought they were much longer, and then I'd be surprised when it's coming to an end. I'd be like, "Oh, really? It's only like don't know. I just thought they were going to be longer. I was surprised.
How does Claire feel about Amy Winehouse?
Don't know. I think she likes Back to Black. I don't know if she's ever heard Frank. I'm not sure.
Hannah?
Don't know. Emily likes her. Emily's got Back to Black on vinyl. I don't think who wouldn't. I mean,
I think it's
Back to Black.
It was huge, wasn't it? So.
It's huge, and
you can't not like both the albums. I don't think they're that far apart.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't probably listen to the lyrics, so they just like the music. So,
but I can also see I love her vocals on the first album, but they do sound a bit more nasally than on the second album, and I can see why people wouldn't like that as much.
Yeah. There's a little bit of immaturity in the voice.
Yeah, I think she grew up a lot when she got to Back to Black, and I think the first album. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a singer, but it felt like, as I said earlier, that like some of those ones. I don't know if she'd learned some bad habits, along the way, but I feel in Back to Black, it felt far more mature and like someone had. Don't know if she's vocal coaching or whatever. I don't know. A bit nasally, the first one, a bit like Kylie Minogue.
Can I just say, Me and Mr. Jones.
Fucking Mr. Jones.
Me and Mr. Jones. Do you know that song?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's about?
What is it about?
It's about missing a Nas gig.
I thought he was trying to make someone jealous or something like that, wasn't it?
No, so
what kind of fuckery is this?
What that is just the best line in music I've ever heard. So, she says in that song, "You made me miss Slick Rick."
Slick Rick.
Yeah. Like the whole song is called Me and Mr. Jones, right? So Nas's surname is Jones. And she was good mates with Nas at the time. And that whole song is all about her not missing a Nas gig at Brixton.
There you go. I did not know that. No, I didn't know that.
Fascinating.
No, I thought it was about making someone jealous or something. That was a good album.
I think that album will live on. Right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, legacy. Yeah.
Yeah. As I say,
Yeah, for a long time, wasn't it?
It's just the style of it and everything. I think it will kind of stick around forever. And I think Frank will as well, but I just don't think it's had the exposure like Back to Black has.
Shall we then?
Yeah.
Lyric game, you ready?
Yeah.
2 sets of lyrics. One, the original, written by Amy Winehouse, as we know. Or are they lyrics written by our favourite Geordie? Yeah, with an in-house vineyard. A Amy Winehouse. Okay, so, and that's how you got to say the answer as well if you want to.
Amy Winehouse.
Repeat it for me, please.
Hey, Amy Winehouse. Okay, that's our Geordie who's just got an indoor vineyard. Okay, right, first lyric then. All I need is for my man to live up to his role. Always want to talk it through. I'm okay. Always have to comfort you every day.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Again, as Amy Winehouse. It is Amy Winehouse. Do we know the song?
Stronger than me.
Well done. He is stronger than me.
You don't get any extra points to that, by the way.
Okay, next lyric. You wear that guilt like a tailor-made suit. Sing me your blues with your Sunday truth. I ain't your sermon, I'm your sin on the run. When you're done with light, I'm your sun.
That's Amy Winehouse.
Aye, man.
It is Amy Winehouse. Okay, next lyric. We could have never had it all. We've had to hit a wall. So this is inevitable withdrawal.
Amy. Oh, the AI one.
Well, Amy Winehouse.
Well, Amy Winehouse.
It was Amy Winehouse.
Oh, you got it wrong.
Tears dry on their own.
No, but I just copied you.
That's my favourite song.
Tears dry on my own. On their own. Keep your record on the player. It skips where you said goodbye. Guess even vinyl's tired of liars, and I'm too drunk to cry.
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, I'm going to go Amy Winehouse.
Say Amy Winehouse.
Was it really? Mother Puss Bucket.
Spooky.
Spooky.
Is it my eyes?
No, you ain't worth guest list, plus one of them girls you
So
kiss.
we did another one?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
You can't keep lying to yourself like this. Can't believe you played yourself.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
It's Fuck
Amy
Me Pumps,
Winehouse.
right?
Oh.
Fuck Me Pumps?
No, it's me and Mr. Jones.
You're winning.
You won that
win,
one,
right?
You won that one.
I won.
Yeah, I only went different just to mix it up a bit.
Oh, so you let me win.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Well done, Jimmy.
So albums.
Back to Black, number 1, yeah, easy.
Back to Black.
I'll go for Frank.
I'm gonna do Frank number 1 and then Back to Black number 2. Tracks.
Top 5.
Top 5.
I'll go first, no particular order. I'm going to go Fuck Me Pumps, Back to Black, Tears Dry on Their Own. I think I remember liking Wake Up Alone as well. And Love is a Losing Game, I like that one as well.
Love is a losing game. So I can't sing it.
I kind of get bored of Rehab.
Yeah, no, I can't do the singles. Yeah.
Overplayed though, isn't it? It's like we said before. And other ones, it's like, you know.
Mind you, Back to
they're great,
Black is good though. I know that was a big single, but I do like that one.
Yeah.
Tears Dry on Their Own, Just Friends, Stronger Than Me, is that 3? In My Bed, and Amy, Amy, Amy.
Nice.
And What Is It About Men as well? I love that.
I like that one as well.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we've all agreed that in our top 5s, Tears Dry on Their Own is in there because that is my favourite.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
good.
so good. Me and Mr. Jones, Fuck Me Pumps, Take the Box, and it's a cross between number 5, Amy, 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 or Stronger Than Me. Because I like the Jungle Book beat of Amy, 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 but I like the fact that Stronger Than Me is like a really cool song. Talented. She was, right?
No,
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time with an artist where I've actually just really looked at the lyrics and realised what great lyric writing there is out there. Fucking great.
High praise. Let's finish there.
Finish there. No
Can't top that.
no greater praise than fucking great.
Yeah.
This has been a Kiss the Curb production, produced by Barry at Backwater Channel Studios. Music by Ben Bailey. Talking About is presented by Gareth Norman, James Gentle, and Philip Reynolds.